whatever you want to say about Jake Paul, we were all there at the very beginning when he fought Aneeson Gibb.
Former two-time world champion, AJ Anthony.
The first step he took, he knew exactly what he was going to do, Anthony Joshua there. He wasn't having a look. He knew what he was going to do. He just walked up and went crack.
Anthony Joshua! He's hurt, badly hurt. He's up. He has the look of defeat on his face, a bewildered look.
Fight the world never expected is finally here. Jake Paul vs Anthony Joshua, Full Fight 2025, is set to erupt on screens with unmatched fury and chaos. Miami's Casa Center becomes a battlefield as 227 pounds of relentless hype clash with 245 pounds of unstoppable heavyweight power. Every punch has the potential to crush dreams. Every second drips with chaos. Every strike is a warning. This is a brutal war you'll feel deep in your chest.
He's been in with. You look at the likes of Tommy Fury, who he's lost to. Does he believe he has the ability to do that? No. Is his ego that inflated now? He thinks, I can actually do this. And if he does, good on him. I respect him for the platform he's created, because the whole world is going to watch this.
This man has become an icon in many ways for what he's been able to do outside of the ring. But inside of the ring, he says, listen, believe me when I tell you, I'm not a good boxer. I'm a great boxer.
The arena roared to life as two men stepped into the ring. Jake Paul strode out first, 227 pounds of confidence, hype, and chaos. His bravado radiated like it could set the city on fire. He bounced on his toes, gloves up, grinning like a man who believed the world owed him victory. Across the ring, Anthony Joshua appeared, 245 pounds of sheer power, Olympic gold, and years of experience condensed into one towering, measured presence. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. Jake, the young disruptor with lightning speed and viral fame, versus Joshua, the seasoned heavyweight titan. Every movement precise, every step calculated, every punch carrying the weight of decades in the sport.
I'm very confident, but don't underestimate the power of prayer. Keep me in your thoughts, put me in your prayers, and we're going to put on a great show for the people at home and to the people in the venue.
The crowd's energy was deafening, a mix of anticipation, excitement, and the kind of tension that makes your chest vibrate. When the bell rang, it was a clash of worlds. Jake exploded out of his corner, jabbing furiously, snapping combinations with the kind of energy that made fans scream and cameras flash. He aimed to dominate early, proving that youth, speed, and hype could somehow carry him past one of boxing's most lethal heavyweights. Now, let's welcome the two-time former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the 2012 Olympic gold medalist, the pride of Watford, the pride of the United Kingdom, the one and only Anthony Joshua. But Joshua didn't flinch. He moved deliberately, slipping and countering with surgical precision. Every subtle jab, every counter-punch whispered a brutal truth. Speed is flashy, but precision kills. Jake's first round was electric, chaotic, a blur of energy, yet beneath the surface, cracks began to appear. His breathing grew heavier with each exchange. The rapid-fire jabs that had seemed unstoppable were starting to lose their snap. Joshua's eyes, calm and focused, scanned, analyzed, and calculated. Round 1 closed with a silent warning. Hype can excite, but skill dictates the story.
Say hello to the two-time former unified heavyweight champion of the world, the 2012 Olympic gold medalist, the pride of Watford, the pride of the United Kingdom. Make some noise for the one and only Anthony Joshua!
Hype became an immediate factor. Jake's 227 pounds frame brought mass, but it came at the cost of stamina. Every movement demanded more energy. Each combination hit harder on his body than expected. Joshua's 245 pounds frame, on the other hand, was built for punishment. Every punch landed with devastating force. Every step cut off angles. Every movement reinforced the physics of the heavyweight game. The first round was a microcosm of what was to come: flashy speed versus measured power, viral hype versus a lifetime of mastery. Every clean shot from Joshua chipped away at Jake's confidence. Every missed punch served as a stark reminder: in this sport, skill is non-negotiable.
Hang on, he's taking his time.
Everybody in this arena knows it's going to go off as well. Just to survive the opening section here, because Joshua's zeroing in on it.
Zoom in on Jake Paul. Round 2 began, and the shift was palpable. He was still moving, still throwing combinations, but the adrenaline that carried him through round 1 was fading fast. Joshua started cutting off the ring, cornering him with increasing frequency, landing brutal body shots that drained both energy and morale. Jake's corner screamed, a mix of pep talk and panic, but even their urgency couldn't mask the growing reality: youth and hype weren't enough. Joshua dictated the pace, controlling distance, timing, and positioning like a seasoned predator. The crowd's energy subtly shifted, a mix of awe and fear. Momentum had swung, and the trajectory of the fight was becoming painfully clear.
And he's it's John who walks right into it, and you can't do that against Anthony Joshua.
By round 3, the first major cracks were undeniable. Jake's bounce was gone, replaced by heavy, sluggish footwork. His hands, once snapping with lightning speed, were dropping at crucial moments, leaving openings Joshua exploited with surgical precision. He stalked Jake like a predator, cutting off the ring and timing each combination to maximize damage. Every punch landed heavier, more punishing, and the psychological toll on Jake was unmistakable. Hype and bravado meant nothing when every clean shot reminded him of his limitations. The crowd felt it too, the energy shifting from excitement to the grim inevitability of what was unfolding.
You can just tell Jake Paul's looking for the right hand over the top, the big shot.
Joshua didn't just fight, he orchestrated. Every combination, every counter, every step was choreographed brutality. He delivered subtle body shots, targeting the ribs and midsection, making Jake's frame feel heavier with each hit. The weight advantage that once seemed like a boost for Jake had become a burden. Every exchange hammered home a brutal truth: speed excites, but power and precision decide. Jake's confidence began to waver, the realization hitting mid-punch: hype can carry you only so far before skill asserts its dominance. Round 4 continued the punishment. Joshua didn't rush. He let the timing develop, observed, waited for the perfect opening, then bang, a devastating uppercut landed square on Jake's chin. The impact was immediate. Jake's legs wobbled like a newborn deer, his pride and bravado collapsing in an instant. The referee stepped in. TKO. Just like that, Anthony Joshua delivered a lesson that would be remembered for years. Size, skill, and patience can demolish hype in moments. For rounds, brutal, electric, unforgettable. The crowd erupted. Some fans froze, mouths agape, unable to process the speed at which events had unfolded. Others leapt to their feet, applauding Joshua's masterclass in precision and control. Jake Paul, all the hype, all the confidence, had collided with the unflinching reality of experience and power. The spectacle wasn't just over, it had delivered a lesson. Speed and youth may impress, but they crumble under strategy, timing, and raw heavyweight power.
There's a good right.
The story of the fight didn't end at the knockout. It was written round by round. Round 1 showcased hype and chaos, the raw energy that had carried Jake this far. Round 2 revealed the first signs of vulnerability, fatigue setting in, body shots sapping energy, Joshua beginning to dictate terms. Round 3 dismantled any illusions. Movement slowed, punches dropped, openings exploited. Round 4 delivered the final, unavoidable truth: experience always wins. Psychologically, the fight was just as brutal. Jake's confidence had soared, but each clean punch, each cornered step chipped at it relentlessly. By the final uppercut, it wasn't just a physical knockout, it was the collapse of hype itself. Joshua's patience, timing, and methodical pressure had orchestrated a perfect storm. Every fan in the arena could witness the lesson unfold in real time. Youth, speed, and viral fame can entertain, but mastery dominates.
Well, there's Sean Porter's card, he's got it.
For Jake Paul, the lessons were severe and unrelenting. The speed that had defined him, the combinations that thrilled fans, the confidence that carried him into the ring, all collided with the hard reality of professional heavyweight boxing. Fatigue set in faster than expected. The size disadvantage became undeniable, and Joshua's counters punished every overextension. It was a harsh education in the physics and psychology of the sport. Hype is temporary, skill endures. Joshua, meanwhile, reaffirmed his status as a heavyweight powerhouse. Each punch, each step, each carefully timed combination was a reminder that championships are won through preparation, patience, and the ability to impose your will on every opponent. This fight wasn't about viral fame or social media clout. It was about the art and science of boxing, demonstrated with brutal clarity in just 4 rounds.
It's about AJ's mentality when he walks in. It's about his hunger when he walks in. It's about his professionalism when he walks in. And it's about lifting it, making sure his A game is there regardless of the level that's in front of him. So we're all going to be watching AJ, not Jake Paul. And that's where the criticism is going to be, because Jake Paul could get in the ring, fall over, bang his head and knock himself out. Fight's over.
Beyond the spectacle, the fight sent a clear message about the realities of boxing. Viral fame, hype, and youth can get you into the ring, but once gloves meet chin and fatigue sets in, mastery dominates. For younger fighters and casual fans, the fight became a blueprint. Talent alone isn't enough. Preparation, ring IQ, and experience are decisive. Jake Paul's courage was undeniable, but Anthony Joshua's execution was immaculate. Every step, every counter, every crushing punch reinforced why he remains one of the most feared heavyweights in the world. For Jake, the fight was a humbling, electric, and brutal introduction to the upper echelons of professional boxing, a collision of worlds that exposed limits, tested courage, and demanded respect. The fight also redefined spectacle. Social media went nuclear. Clips of the 4-round massacre dominated feeds. Memes, commentary, and analysis exploded. Casual fans and hardcore boxing enthusiasts alike were talking for days. The story wasn't just about a knockout, it was the clash of hype and reality, youth and experience, showmanship and mastery.
Just couldn't land that big one. There's a lot of respect there.
By the end, the message was unmistakable. For rounds of chaos, energy, and brutality delivered clarity. In boxing, skill and preparation always triumph over hype and speed. Jake Paul brought excitement, viral fame, and courage. Anthony Joshua brought precision, power, and experience. The result was inevitable, electric, and unforgettable. Miami hadn't just witnessed a fight, it had witnessed a cultural moment. A young disruptor collided with a heavyweight master, and the lesson was brutal, immediate, and undeniable. In 4 rounds, hype was shattered, skill was exalted, and the audience saw firsthand why experience and preparation reigned supreme. The question now lingers: what's next for Jake Paul? Will he rise from the ashes, adapt, and return stronger, hungrier? Or was this a harsh reminder that hype can only take you so far in the unforgiving world of heavyweight boxing? One thing is certain: Anthony Joshua reminded the world why he's a heavyweight titan. Jake Paul received an unforgettable lesson in the physics, psychology, and brutality of the sport. Experience wins. Skill dominates. Hype only entertains, it doesn't conquer. Miami, November 2025. The night Jake Paul faced reality, and Anthony Joshua showed why heavyweights reign supreme.